Hey guys, I'm Leonard. I have a background in architecture and I run an interior design studio in Malaysia. So I would like to document some of the challenges I had in my business and some of the ones that I'm trying to solve. So, you know how we have so many different names and styles for design where you have bohemian, sorry for that, you have bohemian, you have minimalist, japandi, that's the one that's rising. So I recently stumbled upon this called jungler. So what makes this different from another and how do you differentiate them? And that's exactly what we're trying to address here in the first place, because a lot of clients come to us and then they say, hey Leonard, I want to have a minimalist apartment and I want something to be clean, nice, neutral, well, contrasting. So how do you define these different terms and what makes it contrast and what makes it neutral? And that got us thinking like, hey, words could actually mean very differently from one person to another, and how do we address that? Why do we need to address that in the first place? So say for the first meeting, the client comes to you and say, I want this and that. And you go back to your drawing board and you start scribbling some stuff, putting some photos together, look and feel, mood board. And you meet the client the next time and say, hey, you mentioned you wanted minimalist and contrasting, at the same time a little bit pop of colors. So here's what we got you. Now that's where it gets difficult if that's not what the client wants, but it's good if you hit home with the right design style. So it's a very risky and tricky situation. And how do we address that? So we first discover, how about using pictures to express that instead. So we put together a deck of cards where we print out probably 200 different photos that has a mixture of contrast or whatever you name it, right? It ranges from photos in the kitchen, toilet, different tiles, different texture, different details. And once we have that, we carried out an exercise with the client. We lay it all out to the client and say, hey, we want to have like this discovery session with you where we want to find out what you like and what you don't like. So take this deck of cards and sort whatever you like on the left and what you don't like on the right. And if you're sitting on the fence, there's something you like and don't like about this, put it in the middle and share with us why for every single one you choose. So this gets super interesting because clients among couples themselves will tend to argue and they tend to find out more about themselves through this process. It's a very fun one. They get very engaged because you're holding a piece of paper with that photo and you're just looking at it and it's like, can this be my bedroom? Can this be my shower area? And it gets sorted. So could you imagine like when the wife puts something on the left and the husband just stares at her, it's like, well, I didn't know all this time that you are that type. So we enjoy this process a lot and it has helped us tremendously in understanding the client more, let alone closing deals, because the client often feel that we understand them a lot based on the choices we've picked out. Well, look, in the first meeting, they chose probably 50 photos and this is what they like. And then the second meeting, we put up proposals that has a mixture of their photos and some of the ones we counter propose. So think about it. During the second meeting, you see what you've chosen and it kind of gets realized on the floor plan of your house. That's an awesome feeling. So that is one step we took to get rid of ambiguity in the design process. We want to make sure the entire process is clear and we're all on the same page. Yeah, and I hope that helps. We're still in the process of finding better ideas and ways to connect better with clients. Well, that's it. Hope to see you in the next one.